Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode on the Destroy the Stumps podcast. So just another stream here, ladies and gents. Not a stream, but a podcast, sorry. So just going to be recapping the rugby league season. The regular season has come to an end. Now it's on to the finals. We know who our finals contenders are.
Yes, sir.
And, well, what an interesting season. Even down to the last round, we weren't 100% sure who was... Well, most teams we were sure, but it's just like that last two spots we weren't 100% sure who was going to be in the top 8.
Mm-hmm.
And that was settled today with the last game of the round.
Yeah.
And well, a couple of teams have been disappointing this year, really bad seasons, and some teams have really surprised a lot. Surprised everyone. One team in particular, I don't want to talk too much about them because, okay, anyways.
We'll have to,
but yes, we'll talk about them later. One team that has done really well.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs, also the Cowboys clicking at the right time, getting some wins. Seem to be clicking at the right time. Cowboys looking dangerous. And the Knights scraping through today, just getting through to the finals. Main thing, it was a knockout game. Doesn't matter how you win, they just got to win it.
Yeah.
I didn't think the Knights were going to make it, to be honest, a couple weeks ago. We thought the season was over, but they just scraped through. So they backed up their performance last year, like with another finals performance. Don't know if they'll reach week 2 or nothing, or like back it up exactly, but hey, back-to-back finals appearances for the Knights, so good stuff to them.
Yep.
And then you have the top 4. You have Manly as well. Finals for how many years now?
This is our first time in 3 years. Since 2021, we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of tough seasons in between, a couple of changes, chop and changes, but it works. Some of the young guys have really just clicked this year.
Yeah.
Good record at home for Manly, honestly.
Yeah, we had a great year.
Very good, very good. Yeah, good little season there for Manly, at home especially. 2 losses only at home.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Making Brookie the fortress again, which is good to see. But also, well, who are the other teams that made it? Knights, Dolphins,
Knights,
Cowboys, Bulldogs.
Knights, Cowboys.
Manly, and then Sharks, Roosters, Storm, and Panthers. Those are the top 8 teams, no particular order. And also a couple of teams just missing out just in the last couple of games. Just a couple of games didn't go their way. Yeah, very close, but a couple of teams were pretty disappointing this year. So yeah, we'll just get stuck into it.
Yep.
So we know who are going to play who next week. So Panthers versus Roosters, first versus fourth.
Second versus third.
Second versus third, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, second versus third. Oh.
Second versus third, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Storm finished first, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so second versus third at, what's it called, Bluebet Stadium?
Yes, it will be at Bluebet. I'm pretty sure it might be at Bankwest, actually. I'm not sure. But because Penrith's stadium is going under renovations and they're going to get an upgrade for it, it might be at Bankwest. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But either way, bro, it's a big game for Penrith. Especially they're going to have Cleary back. Question marks on that, but Cleary should be back. They were expecting him to make a finals week 1 return. And then you got Roosters with all those outs that they've had over the last couple of weeks. Sam Walker, Cheese, Radley. Still got a really strong lineup that they're going to name. Like Sandon Smith did really well against the Rabbitohs last week. This last weekend. Also, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
No, I can't. He's the guy from Rugby Union. Yeah,
he's a freak, man. You know, his first touch, he caught the ball and scored.
Yeah, no, he's an athlete.
Insane. He's
really quick.
Cheese was saying on his podcast that they were doing like aerial drills with him and Daniel Tupou, and Daniel Tupou used to always get the balls in the aerial stuff, but Mark, whatever his name is, was like out jumping Daniel Tupou, and we saw that on his first touch, like incredible athleticism and vertical. But Roosters. Listen, everyone's written off their season after those injuries, but they still have a very balanced and talented side that they're gonna name, you know. And I don't know if we can count them out yet, you know?
No, not at all. Absolutely. I don't think so, but you never know.
Like, obviously Sam Walker's been their best player, arguably. throughout the year. Him and James Tedesco, and he does contribute a lot.
And Crichton as well. Crichton's had a good season.
Those three standouts, best players this season. But you take him out, it's a big loss to the attacking. Puts a lot of pressure on Luke Keary. But Sandon Smith can offset that, and there are other attacking options in Joey Manu, Tedesco, Crichton. That offer that Connor Watson as well might be playing that full-time number 9 role. So Roosters are still there. I think they've lost a lot of intimidation, but they still got an amazing team there. But
it's going to be a challenge.
I've been telling people this, like, Penrith are still the benchmark team in my opinion, and I say this because not only have they made 4 grand finals in a row, won 3 of them consecutively, but like I've watched their documentaries, and what they do when they go into that finals mode is different level. They lock into they have another gear every single time they go into September, and it's scary to see. And I know this is probably their weakest season they've had in the last 5 years, which is crazy to say, and because they're still second, which is insane, shows how class their team is. But I would say they're still the benchmark team, man.
No, 100%. Yeah. And that finals experience will make a huge difference.
100%. And the added emotion of Fisher Harris and Luai leaving at the end of the year, they want to send them off on a high.
And they've been such great players for them.
Yeah, exactly. Those are 2 of their like core players in that dynasty team. So 100%. A lot to play for still for Penrith. And in my opinion, even though Melbourne have been far impressive this year, Penrith going into September are my benchmark team.
Absolutely. And also, just with speaking about Storm,
Yeah.
What a season. Jerome Hughes has just gone another level this year.
Insane. It's got a hat-trick on Friday as well. Thursday, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Jerome Hughes has been pretty much a standout. Apparently, there's conversation about him being a Dally M candidate this year.
Oh, has to win it. I think he's head and shoulders. If he doesn't win it, then there's something wrong with the system.
I mean, we saw that last year anyway.
But if Jerome doesn't win it this year, then you gotta scrap the system.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. And then Will Warbrick's been he's just gone to another level.
Yeah,
pure athlete, man.
Yeah, he is as well. Yeah.
And just the rest of them, Storm just doing the right thing. Everybody's doing their thing.
Yeah, feel for Largo. Apparently he's done I think it's a hammy, so he's gonna be out for a couple weeks. Might not even play another game this year. But he was doing really well as a fullback replacement. I don't know the status on Pappenhausen as well, so it's going to be very interesting what they do. But yeah, no, Melbourne have had a fantastic year, man. They've just stuck in and got to work week in, week out. Had a few lulls here and there during the origin period and whatnot, but that's because they have so many rep players. But yeah, fantastic season for Melbourne to have wrapped up the minor premiership with still 3 games left to go. That's an amazing achievement, and I think Bellamy should win Coach of the Year outright.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I
mean, people say maybe Serraldo's an option, and he's done a fantastic job with the Dogs, definitely.
Yeah.
But something about just being so dominant this year and winning the minor premiership with 2 games left, I think they'll lock up Craig Bellamy.
Yeah, good season for Storm. Really good season there. Also, another team that had a good season, I'd say...
Sharks?
Yeah, Sharks. Good season. I don't know if they're going to make it past week 2, though. That always seems to be the case with them in the last couple of years, but... Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I think they look different. I mean, not just because they smashed us today, but like the whole like talk of them is they can't beat the top teams like Melbourne, Penrith, Roosters, but they have done that this year. They beat Melbourne. I think they beat Roosters. I'm not sure.
They did beat Roosters.
Yeah, I think they beat Roosters as well.
They got plucked by the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't think they didn't beat Penrith. But yeah, no, Sharks are. Watching them today, they have a really fast ball playing around the rock. Good creators, good outside backs.
Yep.
I think the problem for them is if their forward pack gets matched by a bigger forward pack, they're in trouble. Because they have good players in their middles, but like they're very hot and cold this season, I feel like. Someone like Royce Hunt didn't have the best game today, but someone like Tom Hazelton made up for it and had a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And then Nikora had a great game, or Nikora, however you say it. And then the outside backs like Ramy and Ronaldo Katoa. They're all guns. So who knows? Sharks could do something. I think their matchup with Melbourne is very, very interesting. I still think Melbourne will win that, but I think Sharks will be much more dangerous next year with Fanua Blake coming. I think that's a very big signing, and they keep most of their other players as well. So that year they got to do something. This year, I mean, it's still on for them, but we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. Also, Cowboys finishing in 5th position. Been up and down a bit this year, but they're clicking at the right time. Clifford making a big difference. Absolutely put on a clinic against the Bulldogs in the core.
Oh, he's great, Clifford. I really like him, and it should show that, you know, they probably should have had him in the team earlier. Like, what would have happened if they had Clifford playing full-time 7?
Would have been in the top 4.
Maybe, possibly, right? I think, that change they made with Chad Townsend and Clifford has been season-changing. I know it's only been 3 games, but like that performance on Saturday was incredible.
They just look like a well-oiled team.
And the problem most of the year has been defense. I think they did really well with their defense on Saturday as well. Like Bulldogs didn't have too much ball, but when they did, like they looked kind of stifled with Cowboys' defense. Obviously Bulldogs were missing Burden and Josh Adokar and Sherry, but they turned them away a lot of times. So good stuff by the Cowboys, looking dangerous. Still think they're about week 2,
week 3 maybe.
Yeah, maybe week 3, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if they make the finals, then all of a sudden, oof.
So they're playing Newcastle at North Queensland.
I think they should beat the Knights.
They should beat them, but Newcastle with Ponga is. I mean, we'll get to Newcastle soon, but like, I think that's a great matchup. Yeah.
Also, the Bulldogs, outstanding season for them compared to last year. Massive improvement. Stephen Crichton's made a huge difference. Champion player.
Just a winner, right? Just a winner.
That mindset. And then even they've bought some good buys as well. Toby Sexton, a guy to watch out for the future.
Yep. Josh Curran. I mean, I don't know. Is Josh Curran back from injury? Yep, he's back.
Okay, yeah, what a difference he's made.
Curran's been amazing. Man's been amazing.
Viliami Kikau's had a good season.
Yeah, he has.
When he's fit, he's made a huge impact. Just the little things are going well for them at the moment.
Yeah, they
despite the last 2 weeks. Yeah,
I think what's gone wrong in the last 2 weeks is teams have caught out that their pack is really small. So they have a very mobile and fast pack, likes of, you know, Josh Curran, Max King, Kurt Mann around the ruck. They're really like fast and mobile, right? But when you put those big boppers in there against them, they kind of crumble, and that's what I reckon we've seen the last 2 weeks. Both us and Cowboys have just gone straight down the middle. And just like smacked them, bullied them, and put them on the back foot and scored points off the back of that. And that could be a problem going into the finals, because
the weakness has been exposed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, not many people are playing like outside the back footy too much in September. It's more like that gritty in the middles dogfest, right? So we'll see how they go. But overall, in terms of their season, I think they've had a fantastic season. Like, who would have thought they would have actually made 8? I think I had them like, I thought they would improve, but not to this extent.
Same.
I had them at like 12th or 13th max, really. Yeah. So fantastic stuff from the Doggies, honestly. But you got one more week off back-to-back embarrassing spankings.
That could play a factor.
Like, it'd be so tough for them to, after this amazing season, to lose 3 in a row to bow out. But I'm wary about them. So we play them next week. I'm actually really nervous because
until it's over, you're not going to say anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because you've got a Bulldogs team that are backs against the wall, off the back of 2 losses. Everyone's writing them off already, and they still got the home final. They're gonna pack out 50-60K at a core next week.
Easy.
So it's a very tough game, and I'm really, really nervous. But it's gonna be a blockbuster, classic Manly Dogs game.
Yeah, absolutely. Traffic's not going to be easy that day.
No way.
Yeah. Also, one team as well. Got to be proud of these boys. Your boys, Manly.
Yeah.
Massive improvement from the last couple of seasons. Had a couple of plucky seasons, but it's finally clicked.
Yeah.
Some of these young guys have just really been impressive.
Mm.
And they're looking good for the future, man.
Yeah.
Definitely for the future. Whatever happens in the finals will happen, but the future does look promising.
Exactly. I think it was a big sliding doors moment around round 11, round 12. So the last 2 seasons we've lost Turbo around the midway season, right? And our season just plummeted. We've gone from possible top 8 contention to just like fighting for top 8 and then missing out, right? But this year we had that. Turbo went off with a hamstring injury in round 9 against the Dolphins, and we lost 3 in a row. And all us Manly fans are like, oh, it's happening again. Now mid-season 4, it's all gonna go down. We're gonna be fighting for a top 8 spot and then miss it. It's just like that's what's gonna happen. But then Lei Hopewadi, amazing player, comes in, takes the reins for fullback for about 3-4 games, yeah. And we win a couple games there. I think we won about 2 or 3 out of 5 without Turbo, which is amazing considering us.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, and then that's the difference, right? Like normally it'd be like we'd lose, like we'd win 1 out of 5, and then our season would go crumbling. But we kept our season alive until Turbo came back, and then Turbo came back. We just found form again, and we played really well. And like you said, yeah, a lot of young players have stepped up. I mean, Tommy Talau, what a season!
Yeah, big difference.
Amazing.
I was a bit worried about him. A lot of people were worried about him at the start, and he's really exceeded.
I'm so happy for him because he's come off. I think he's come off back-to-back ACLs or just 1 ACL, so he's lost a lot of pace, but he still has a lot of X factor in him. He's actually really good with running the ball. He's got a bit of tackle breaking about. He's had an amazing season.
He's been really a standout.
Really good. Really and he gives us a headache with our back line because now we have 6 players that are like first grade quality. You got Turbo, Saab, Garrick, Talau, Lei Hopewadi, and Tolukola. So that's 6 players there that need to fit into 5. But obviously Saab's gone for the season now.
Yeah, so, that's a big one.
Yeah, it is. That is tough, but it's alright because it works in our favor. Now we got all 5 players fitting in perfectly. But yeah, I've enjoyed the season. There have been some really great. This is the thing. We've had some really great highs, but some really low lows. So beating Penrith at home, beating Melbourne at home, beating Doggies last week, amazing highs. But then blowing a 20-0 lead against Raiders at home, very low. Losing to Tigers, very low.
Yeah, that is it.
Losing to Warriors,
they didn't lose. It was a draw,
but like blowing that with like 2 seconds left, very low. Losing to Dragons at Wollongong, very low.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
We've had the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows. So it's been a very weird season, but we're playing finals, and that's what matters. And let's see how we go.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely a lot of positives to take. And there's some talent there in Manly.
Yeah.
Maybe some good times. Maybe they'll return slowly. They will return to Brookvale.
Hopefully, man, because DC doesn't. He probably has about 2 or 3 years left in him. I mean, he's playing like he has a 5, but you know what I mean. I just hope we can send him off with the premiership. That's what I.
Also, speaking of Manly,
yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend, Luke Brooks plays his first final.
Let's go.
Good on him.
Brooksy.
I feel a bit bad for the guy, to be honest. He isn't that bad. He's cops a lot.
Not bad at all. No way.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, no, the light's gone.
That's all right.
Oh, no.
No, Luke, that's not a bad sign. No. Luke, that's not a bad sign. Please.
No, Brooksy's had a fantastic year. Couple of games where he's gone a bit MIA, but like he's had a great year. And I think what's crazy is he hasn't played too much different to how he's been playing at Tigers. The thing is, in our team, he has players like DC, Homole, Turbo.
The backups.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got help, you know what I mean? He hasn't played that much different. He's played better. Like, this has been his best season in a while, but like he hasn't played too much different, and he's had a great year. I'm very happy for Brooks.
And good on him. First finals appearance after so many years. So much talk off the field and that, like about
10 years playing in our reserve grade team, the Tigers, and then he's come to the first grade team and he's made a final. So good on him.
Good on him. Good on Luke Brooks. Poor guy, cops a lot on
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Poor guy. He isn't that bad.
There are like fan accounts of him just memeing him, poor guy.
And like the poor guy gets like spammed in the comment section with the gift.
Exactly. Poor guy, man. Poor guy.
Doesn't deserve that. But yeah, good on Luke Brooks.
Yeah.
And Knights, how about the Knights? I thought they were gone a month ago or so, but just somehow managed to get through.
Yeah, I think it's similar to us, right? Sliding doors moment. Ponga goes injured. I think it was like around. Yeah, it's early, and they were doing well enough where they were winning games without them. I mean, without him. Like we went to the game against you guys.
Yeah.
They beat you guys in a tough match. I think who did they have at fullback during that? I think they had Fletcher Sharp or some shit.
Yeah, some young guy from
some really young guy. But yeah, they managed to like hang in there around that top 8 cluster, and on the back of Ponga coming back, they've won enough games and they're in there and well deserved. Bro, they have an amazing fan base, the Newcastle Knights. Like amazing. Like we went to Newcastle, right?
Really vocal.
Very vocal. They get a lot of people there. Bro, we went in the rain and they had about 20k people there.
That's amazing. And the weather was really bad that day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was raining, bro. It was raining.
It's like windy, wet, everything.
It was awful, but they still packed out the stadium full brim. And yeah,
the stadium's nice as well. I like it.
Yeah, it is a nice stadium. It is a nice stadium.
Better than Shark Park. But yeah, it's actually much like a decent stadium.
Any stadium's better than that construction site, bro. Come on.
Shark Park needs some improvement, man. Seriously. Seriously. But yeah.
But no, yeah, so what I was going to say about Newcastle is Callum Ponga is an absolute freak. He is a freak of nature, man. Like
when he's fit.
I love watching him play, bro. He is so good. Like today he had an amazing performance. Just so dynamic on his feet. Great ball playing skills, great footwork, great touch of class. He's just so good, Callum Ponga.
Absolutely.
Like when I think of like the best fullbacks in the game when they're at their full peak, it's Turbo and Ponga easily for me.
100%, man.
Like bro, this is so good. Great performance, Ponga.
Yeah, man, and he makes a difference to the Knights.
He does, man. He does.
They're a different animal.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're a different beast. Those guys are animal. But yeah, they're a different beast. But good on the Knights getting through.
Thing for Ponga, by the way, is please do not leave Newcastle. I know when Tedesco retires, Roosters, Nick Politis is gonna throw a lot of money at you. Please just stay at Newcastle and do your thing there, bro. Don't go anywhere.
I mean, if you win a premiership at Newcastle, that's where
there you go. That's
you build something.
Exactly.
You basically build something.
Don't do the cheap route. Don't do the cheap route. Just stay at Newcastle, please.
And that's. I mean, you stayed with the team during the toughest times and like try to help them build.
Exactly.
And bang.
Because think about when Tedesco retires, how much money Roosters are going to try and chuck at Ponga. Probably be upwards of like 1.67, especially with the salary cap going up as well.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So, Ponga, please stay at Newcastle.
But also just another team, 3 teams that were very close. Could have just had some really good highs, but then had some really bad lows. Yeah. In particular, the Dragons. When they were on this year, they were seriously on. But when they were off, well, they were really off.
I feel really bad for Flanner, because I think he's done a fantastic job. But in the crucial points of the season, his team has let them down. And I know you're probably saying, oh, well, that's on Flanner as well. He's the coach, right? But I don't know. I felt like there was a real bad attitude change in these last few games from the Dragons.
Yeah.
Dragons were up like 22-4 yesterday, and then blew that lead. I mean, obviously, it didn't have any impact because they already didn't show up last week. That's another one. They didn't show up last week. Got 44 put on them. Nearly made a comeback. But that's a game against the team that's coming second last, and you're trying to lock in a final spot. You know what I mean? So I feel really, really bad for Flano. I think he's done a great job with the Dragons. A lot of improvements.
But still,
you know what? To be fair, I did have him as like bottom 4.
Exceeded expectations.
Yeah, they have, and I think they're going to be a much better team for the future. They got good young players.
I did say like they were going to improve, but I didn't think they were going to make the 8. But they went far off the 8.
They had the driver's seat for the top 8 for the last 3-4 weeks, and then they just fumbled it. It was a big fumble.
Yeah, Dragons, definitely a lot to look for. I think there's something building there slowly, but yeah, definitely got a lot of work to do.
Flanagan's are a great coach. You're in good hands. You just need to.
I reckon they'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure.
And then one team, also the Raiders, people were doubting them, thinking that they were going to be like contenders for the wooden spoon.
Me, I'm that guy.
But nearly made it again. Nearly.
Yeah, Ricky keeps doing his thing, man. Right?
But unfortunately, just maybe a few games that could have gone their way that didn't. Just
I feel bad for them because they beat Penrith, Roosters, and Dragons yesterday in their last 3 games.
Still didn't.
And they still couldn't manage to fit in.
Yeah.
Just too inconsistent in the first few weeks. Not the first few weeks, sorry, just around that middle period of the season. They started off pretty well actually. But yeah, Raiders. Their forward pack are really good. They got some great players in their forward. Like Tarpanay's had a great season. Morgan Smithies has had a great season. Elliot Whitehead before. What's happened with him? He was doing well, but he's gone now.
Fogarty's been...
Fogarty's been great, yeah. And got some good young players like Kyle Weeks. What a season. So Kyle Weeks came from Manly, right?
Yeah.
And we weren't too concerned about leaving him because he had a few chances here at Manly and he didn't really prove himself. But I'm so happy for him because he's playing really good footy there. He's found his position at number 6 and number 1. That's his position, and he's done really, really well there. Good for him. Xavier Savage and Ethan Strange, strong season as well. Future's looking bright for the Raiders. Good on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the Dolphins. Great start halfway, but it just fell off, unfortunately. But they're building something. They're like their new club, second season. Improvement from last year, but gee, a lot, almost.
If Wayne had brought a team in their second year of their invention to the finals, how great would that have looked on their resume? How could you argue his greatness if he did that? This is one game off, man. One game off, and it's tough, but Newcastle were just too good today. But Dolphins have had a great year this year. Really good year.
They're improving a lot.
Yeah,
man.
and they've found some good players in Trey Fuller and I don't know what happened to Isaiah Katoa in these last few weeks. So they took Isaiah Katoa off, right? And they're now playing they played like Jake Arrilla in the halves, which didn't make sense for me because I thought Isaiah Katoa was amazing for most of the season. So very interesting, but you know, it is what it is. Dolphins, great year, lot to look forward to in the future. Jesse Bromwich leaving, a lot of experience, retiring, but they should be all right. Dolphins, great year.
Definitely. One team that's been really disappointing. What a massive fall. Last year's finalist, now Broncos. Geez. That's a massive fall. Yeah. Very, very disappointing. Any Brisbane fan will say that as well. Very, very disappointing year.
Yeah, very, very.
I know you had injury issues, but seriously, very disappointing.
It is easily the biggest disappointment. People want to say Power the biggest disappointment. Definitely the Broncos. These guys were like minutes away from winning a comp, and they fall out there. It's just
Nick
tough.
Minute just
like you want to say injuries. A lot of teams have gone through injuries, maybe not to the extent of you guys, but it is what it is. You got if you're a quality roster, you should have the depth to fill in those gaps and win games, and you guys just weren't able to do it. It's really disappointing. Like there's some I really thought that the Broncos were shaping up for a run in those last like 6 to 7 weeks. I think they played, forgot who they played, but they played a team before they played the Dogs, and they did really well against that team. And I looked at their draw and I was like, these are really winnable games for the Broncos. And then they play the Dogs at home.
They got hammered
without Stephen Crichton playing, and they got 41 points put on them at home at Suncorp when they had a chance to make the 8. It was just super disappointing, and
so many, and they got hammered in some of the games. Like it wasn't even, some of them weren't even close. They got absolutely walloped.
Smacked, bro. They got smacked by the Dolphins last week, 40-6, in another game that had top 8 bearings. And yeah, so with the Broncos, I've said it so many times on this podcast, I love their roster. They have real good young droppers. Like they have like great X Factor players, and they have lost quality as well. They lost Herbie and Flegler from last year's grand final team.
But still, they're just, I don't know what happened.
It's still
pressure on Kevy as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Kevy. Have you heard what they've been saying about Kevy? Like those Bronco old boys like Gordon Tallis are trying to defend him and say it's not his fault.
Of course, Gordy's defending him.
Yeah, but then if it's not his fault, who's the fault? You're the coach, mate. You're the coach. It's your job, mate.
Got a bit hostile with the presser a couple of weeks ago as well. Recently.
I mean, if we look at Kevy's career, right? So he came in 2021, and obviously he's been the coach since. 2021, I think they were like they were bottom 8. I don't know where in the bottom 8 they were bottom 8. 2022, they were sitting in the top 4 for like the first 18 weeks or something like that, and they blew that. 2023 is when they had an amazing year, looked amazing, but then they choked the grand final after leading 24-8. And this year, one of the most disappointing years of their career.
So, the history,
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know with Kevy. I don't know if I rate him as a coach, but
pressure on him though.
The pressure
definitely is. There's a lot of pressure on him.
And guess what? They got Trent Barrett coming there as well. So as in the assistant coaching rankings.
Okay.
So no, but if Kevy gets sacked, you know who goes up to fill in? Trent Barrett. because he'd be the assistant coach.
Oh,
So yeah, it's interesting times for the Broncos.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But also another team very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. In fact, a lot injuries. Yeah, same thing with the Broncos. Yeah, you have injuries. That's a part and parcel of the season. But goodness gracious, a few games they got hammered. But
We
there's
were talking
games,
about the Wars.
yeah, of course,
The
Warriors.
Wars, yes.
A few games they got absolutely walloped. There wasn't even a contest. Very embarrassing defeats, especially one to Gold Coast. And also there's one against the Dragons at Wollongong. I thought that game really just started to expose the Warriors a bit, and that game really changed everything.
What is it about Wollongong, bro? We need to stop going there.
And but yeah, the Warriors. Gee, a lot of ill discipline, errors. Just the attack doesn't look menacing. The experiment with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck at centre did not work out, unfortunately.
What do you do there? Because you spent a lot of money on him. I think
You can't let him go. That's
he's
the
on
thing.
like 600k or something. So like, what happens? Like,
He
he's
has
not
to
gonna
go
get
to
fullback because
He has to go fullback.
you got Nickel Clocks out there. No?
Nah, Clockstow has to go centres then.
Jeez, no.
Well, then Tuapicki's been good as well when he's come in. So like, the depth there, it's just the execution's been horrid.
It just feels like you've gone back to like the vintage Warriors of old, just like inconsistent,
Ill-disciplined.
unpredictable.
Yeah, really ill-disciplined, man.
Because you've had players that have great seasons, like
Tamara Martin,
no, I'm talking about Mitch Barnett. And
Mitch
Phil
Barnett.
Blake.
Yeah,
Like,
Mitch Barnett's been.
both of them, you could arguably say they make the team of the year. I would say Mitch Barnett and Angus Crichton for edge back rollers of the year.
Absolutely.
And then Adam Fanua-Blake, he's a shout for prop of the year. So you got two players that have like done so well this year, but you know, just
Rest of them just have not been on song. The good thing for the Warriors is the young players are there. You got James Fisher-Harris coming in.
Yeah.
Yes, Tavanga's going to leave the club. That's a bit of a sad one, but
yes, and got some inside info. He might be coming Manly. He might be coming to us.
I thought he was going to Parramatta or something.
I'm hearing nothing's confirmed yet, but I'm hearing strong talks that he's coming here.
And then Parramatta apparently want to make a play for Bunty Afoa.
Ooh, that's it. How old is Bunty? Bunty's like 30, no? Something like that?
Probably close to 30, yeah. Bunty with running the cult figure Bunty.
Yeah, Bunty could use a career rejuvenation because at his best he was really good. I think he has a lot of defensive deficiencies, but he's a good runner of the ball.
He's a cult figure.
Yeah.
Like, you remember Georgie Rose?
Yeah, of course.
Big Georgie
Just
Rose.
Just run hard.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the rest.
But yeah.
But like, should we talk about Sean Johnson's last game, mate? What?
Excellent last game.
Wow.
Sad season though. Like I really think the Warriors made a mistake because you did mention at the start of the year like there was talk about him having a bit of a niggle or something.
Yeah.
Turned out that he had a pec issue. I reckon they should have rested him properly before he played. Yeah, I know that he's such an important player, but seriously, should have rested him properly.
Yeah.
And then let him come back fully fit. Would have made a huge difference.
But hey, that last game was
memorable.
Vintage SJ. That's like what Sean Johnson is all about. Just
Leaves on a high.
coming in clutch against his old club, putting the dance steps on. Throughout his last involvement in the game was a try assist to win the game. How cool is that? Great on SJ. Great on
wonderful
SJ.
player though.
Yeah.
One of the Warriors' best.
My favorite SJ moment is 2011 prelim before we beat you guys in the grand final.
The dancing try.
The dancing try, and then there's a pass to I think it was Lewis Brown.
Yeah, he played for you guys as well.
Lewis Brown did, yeah. And that was against Melbourne. You guys came from like 6th place, 7th place to make a grand final. You guys beat Melbourne in Melbourne.
Yeah.
How crazy
Oh,
is
how
that?
about that debut year? That was
Who, for
unbelievable.
SJ?
Yeah, that debut year was crazy.
SJ and DCE had amazing rookie years, and then they played each other in the grand finals.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And then, SJ last year arguably could have won the Dally M. Should have won it really.
Let's be honest.
But yeah, definitely I feel like injuries did play a big role in his career. Unfortunately, could have cost him a few. Probably cost him a few moments there.
How long was he at Cronulla?
2 or 3 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I still don't know why he went to Cronulla.
Because the Warriors didn't want to extend his contract
Damn.
at the time,
And then he just ended up coming back. Yeah.
and then he just ended up coming back.
I don't remember much of his Cronulla stint, to be honest.
He did make the finals, playoffs, but yeah, not much really.
Yeah.
Just it was just a good time, I guess.
Just someone that belongs at one certain club, and that was the Wars. And I mean, he had an amazing season last year, and hopefully that's what he remembers of.
Yeah. But hopefully, yeah. Let's see if he stays with the club
Yeah.
and like just helps out some of the young guys.
Mm.
Hopefully, Metcalf can stay fit. He's something promising. Tomorrow Martin at number 7, I think has to be the go for the Warriors. I think he's been one of the few highlights for the Warriors in a tough year.
Tomorrow, yeah, of course.
I think he's found his feet. Like last year, we didn't know where the hell he was, like what he was doing, but this year I think we found it.
How about Harris Tavita? 14 role, you reckon?
Yeah, utility role.
Because you got Tavanga leaving as well.
Yeah, utility
role. So
role.
Tavanga plays like he plays like lock and also hooker, right? Tavanga? Yeah. I would love Tavanga because we're getting rid of Lorden, who similar. He plays edge.
He was with us as well.
Who, Carl Lorden?
Yeah.
Bro, he's been amazing for us last few weeks. We've only found out that his position is edge, and he's playing like his best footy he's played with us, but now he's going to Cowboys, so that's annoying. But yeah, I hope Tavanga comes to us. I've heard talks that he's coming to us, so
yeah,
that's it.
No, man. But very disappointing season for the Warriors, but the future does look good.
Webster's a smart coach. He'll sort it out.
I reckon.
Like
and
Webster.
Fisher Harris will be a big change. Big move. And yeah, just wait and see what happens. Kurt Capel's probably had a disappointing season. Injuries and that, I think he hasn't had much of an impact, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, a lot of work to do for the Warriors in the off season. Hopefully things improve. Definitely shout out to the Warriors fans. The signs they come up with are funny as hell. And the way they supported their team despite all the lows this year, that's amazing. Good on them. Packed out every game.
Yeah, I know. Sold out every single game, bro. How crazy is that?
That's good. But hopefully the boys can...
What's the capacity there?
I don't know. Yeah, 20k something.
That's insane, bro.
But yeah, good on them. But hopefully next year things improve. Also...
Titans.
Yeah. Promising.
Yeah.
Bad start, but like they are promising. Just a few things. Defensively, they've got to fix up the defensive issues, and I reckon they're going to be a solid team.
Yeah, because points for them don't come too hard. They know how to get points. They've always had very dynamic attack, but yeah, you're right. The defense has been awful. Lack of consistency. Also, a lot of like the Tino injury. I mean, he's been out for the whole season. That's a big player. That's their most expensive. Is it him and Fafita are about on the same money? So yeah, having him out for the whole year is a brutal blow. Even Fafita, he just wasn't up to the standards as he normally was this year. Missed a lot of games as well. So
yeah,
that's. I think Foran had a great year. Kieran Foran, Jaden Campbell looked really good.
Camperera,
amazing year. He is so fast. Brimson, Jojo Fafita, both for more. Like there's good.
There's that Kiwi guy. What's his name? I forgot his name, but he had a good year.
Kiwi guy. Yeah,
one of the Kiwi guys. Or like Islander dudes. He is from New Zealand. I think he's born in New Zealand.
I'll have a look.
Not Aaron Clark's going to go to Warriors apparently.
Oh really?
Yeah, apparently. So like he's been good as well in patches. But there's another guy there. He had a good year.
Kiwi guy.
I think he was born in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure. For the Titans. Kino or something.
Keanu Kinney. Oh, is he Kiwi?
Yeah, he's Kiwi.
I did not know
that.
He's
for New Zealand.
Yeah, no, he's gone. He's an electric player, bro. He's so fast. And he's small, but he's like deceptive with his speed. Very good player, yeah.
He's definitely one they can
Gun, bro. Gun.
They can definitely build around him.
Yeah, we played them a couple of weeks ago, and he was so dangerous, so hard to tackle.
Yeah. But definitely something good for the future for them. But definitely have to work on the defense. Yeah. Absolutely. But definitely some promise there. And the last 3 clubs, Rabbitohs, disappointing start. Did improve slightly, but maybe next year with Wayne Bennett things will improve.
Yeah. Just too many injuries, too much inconsistency. Their halves, they never really sorted that out. Cody Walker played with Hawkins, Ilias, all of them. So hopefully more stability next year. Campbell Graham will come back, so
yeah. And then the Spoon Bowl, Para and thing.
Yeah.
Para, disappointing season. Same with the Tigers. Another disappointing season for the Tigers. Bit of promise, but it's going to take a long time to clean up Tigers, I reckon.
Tigers. Listen, I don't want to like kick a dog while it's dead or whatever they call it, or whatever the saying is, but I don't see Tigers improving that much. Like maybe they'll climb a few spots next year, but they've lost their best forward, Utu Kamanu. They got Luai coming in, but Luai's won everything. He's completed everything, and he's.
I don't know if he'll care.
Does he really care? Maybe I know he's still really young, Like, he's only like 24, 25. But is he really going to be that
What?
difference?
Luai's 25.
I think he's about 25, yeah.
Luai?
Yeah. How old do you think he is?
I thought he was in his late 20s.
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure he's... Yeah, bro, he
did start when he
maybe
was
like
young.
26. Let me check that. But yeah, they got Luai coming in. They spent a lot of money on Jack Bird. They're signing for about 27. Okay, yeah, he's still got time. He's still got heaps of time. They signed Jack Bird on 400k, which I don't know. It's a very Tigers signing.
Because I mean, he's had a lot of injury issues.
Yeah.
Jack Bird.
Got Royce Hunt there, I guess, to offset the Utukamanu loss, but Royce Hunt has been a bit like, his work ethic isn't what you want at the Tigers. You want players that like are gonna bring it, like Crichton.
Yeah.
Crichton is that kind of player, and I feel like yeah, I don't know, man. I hope the Tigers can jump up a few spots next year and show a bit of improvement, but
it's gonna take a lot.
It's gonna take their forward pack is still not where they need to be.
One huge positive for them is that the young guy.
Oh, Lachlan Galvin, what a player!
Huge.
Lachlan Galvin, we will see you at Manly Seagulls in 2026, man. When Delhi Cherries is retired, we'll get you.
Yeah. Para, okay, tough year, but Jason Royals making some radical changes.
Yeah, he's signed Isaiah Longi or Iongi, however you say it, and he's gonna move Gutho to centers. So coming in straight away and making some big balls moves, and he's gonna have Lomax there as well. So there's some strike there. So
you have to see how they go in the first couple of rounds.
A few players need a big kick up their butt. Like, I feel like Junior Paolo's had a very mediocre year. Sean Lane, a lot of their middles and forwards have had a really poor year. If I were to say the only good performing middle, it'd probably be Hopgood. I think they also lack a quality number 9. Hans has been like here and there, and yeah, just depth in a couple spots, but. Yeah, I expect Parrott to be better. Jason Riles is an untested coach, but he has big raps on him. He's been in the Melbourne system under Bellamy for, I think over like a decade.
Was he with the Roosters as well?
Riles? Was he? Maybe, I don't know. But I've heard he's been with Melbourne for a long time with Bellamy. So he's got the experience. He knows how it is. So we'll see. Parramatta.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's a wrap, guys.
Should we do some predictions for next week?
Oh yeah, predictions quickly.
For next week, yeah. So Melbourne Sharks. Who you got?
Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah. I think Melbourne should win that. Then you got Penrith Roosters.
Penrith
as well. Manly Bulldogs.
Manly.
Let's go, Manly. And then last one is Cowboys and Knights. Yeah, Cowboys. I'm gonna say my bold take for this final series is going to be the best final series in the last couple of years. And this first week, all games are going to be in a margin under about 8 points, I reckon. I reckon they're going to be super tight matches. Might even get a golden point there. But yeah, I'm expecting a really good final series. Comp is wide open. Anyone can win it. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Key, man.
Anyways, thanks, guys. Have a good time, and bye for now. That's it.